Hi, first grade. Now that you've created your outline, I want us to now study our prompt. So this is what we're going to be writing about. Write an article about William Kamkwamba for your school newspaper. Explain how William used the wind and include details from the boy who harnessed the wind and William's windmill. So first, we need to study what the prompt is asking us to do. So first, who is our audience when we write this? That would be students at the school, right? That's who you will get to read to, or usually in the classroom, who gets to listen to your writing is other friends in the classroom. But now, since you're at home, your audience can be your mom, your dad, or your siblings. What? You're going to be writing a newspaper article. That's the what of our prompt. Why are you writing the article? It is to tell more information about William Kamkwamba. And then the questions that you might have about the prompt is, how did William use the wind? He built a windmill. What parts does a newspaper article have? It can have sentences and also include pictures. So you'll get to see an example of an article about William Kamkwamba. First, we collected evidence. So we got to look at the boy who harnessed the wind, and we thought of different details that were important in that story. We also looked at William's windmill and some of the important details in those stories. So we can review really quick. For the boy who harnessed the wind, we learned there was no rain in the village, crops weren't growing, people were starving. So William built a windmill, made electricity, it pumped water, and then crops were growing again. From the William's Windmill book, we learned that he lived in Malawi. People had no food. William read and learned about windmills, and then he helped his village. After we did that, we created this outline. Remember that we said that our article needs to start with our topic, and it also needs to close with our topic, which is William Kamkwamba. In the middle, we have our important details. No crops, people are hungry, read and learned about windmills, built a windmill, crops began to grow again. Now it's time for you to get to sketch and draft your writing. So here's an example of something you may write in your article. First, I drew a picture. So I drew our crops, I drew William, and I drew a windmill. And I labeled William's windmill. So in my writing, I'm going to use the details from my outline to create and sketch and draft my writing. William used the wind to help his village. The crops could not grow. People were hungry. William built a windmill to pump water. The water helped the crops to grow again. William's windmill saved his village. So notice that I started with William and ended with William because that's how we planned it out in our outline. Then I included these details in the middle. So I talked about the crops not growing, people being hungry, and then how William built the windmill. And I also included how that helped the crops grow again when they had water from the windmill. After you draft your writing, the next step is you start editing your writing. That means going into your writing and adding things or fixing things so that your writing is better and ready to publish. So notice that one thing that I added was I added a title to my writing, to my article. How William Kamkwamba Saved His Village. So that's the title of my article. Now notice that this little sign here means that I added something in my story. So instead of saying William used the wind to help his village, I added a little more information about William. So I put William Kamkwamba was a boy in Malawi and he used the wind to help his village. The crops could not grow, and then I added a reason why they couldn't grow. Because there was no rain. People were hungry. William built a windmill to pump water. The water helped the crops to grow again. William saved his village. So notice how I added information here to make my writing better. And I even noticed here that remember that names need to be capitalized, so I can also be fixing this letter. Once I have fixed all of my mistakes, once I've added more information to make my writing more interesting, I can finalize and publish my writing. And it'll look and sound like this. How William Kakwamba saved his village. William Kakwamba was a boy in Malawi and he used the wind to help his village. The crops could not grow because there was no rain. People were hungry. William built a windmill to pump water. The water helped the crops to grow again. William's windmill saved his village. Now it's your turn, first grade. Go ahead and start drafting your article and then make sure that you go back to edit it so that you can have a nice published piece. Good luck. Bye.